Hey Siri off. What's up? Hey. Sorry, I was like here stuck. There we go. But hey. Coming through with a glowy affirmation shower kind of thing. Anytime you see anything of this color, this is just turmeric that's settled on the side. But anytime you see anything, girl, I get it. Anytime you see anything of this color, you already know we got glowy skin, radiant skin affirmations coming. Okay. Hence why I called it radiant glow, because baby, summertime coming up. Who finna be outside with dark knees and elbows and skin not looking like the sun? I know I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Hence why I made this. I got my scrub right here too. Maybe, oh shoot, the light. Made my little scrub too. I don't know why I like it that way. Got my little scrub that I made. Got my African neck, you know. Hey, from Puerto Rico. Yes, yes. What's up? Yeah. That's about it. I think that's about it. I think that's all I got to say. So, I don't know if this will sit right here. We're going to find out. Oh, it kind of do though. Do it for real. It could. It could sit right there, but I don't want my phone to fall in the water. I'm going to cry. Let me go ahead and get my stand. Let me stop being lazy. Why is this phone still ringing? I done told Siri to stop. Hey Siri, alarm off. Man, she been ringing for 2 minutes because I've been told her to stop. Okay. Now let me get my stand and stop being lazy. Because I'm going to be real. I'm really going to cry if my phone fall in the water. For real. I don't know why it smell like fried chicken back here. Ain't nobody fried no chicken. Like, no, like not recently at all. So, what? Thanks. My attitude isn't in the way. It's honestly, if you want me to be 100% honest and real about it, it's because a lot of people don't deserve my energy and to see me. I mean, granted, I'm always me. I'm always 100% me, but my attitude isn't in the way. It's just everyone doesn't deserve access to me and my energy. That's really what it is. And also, I don't tolerate no mess. It is what it is. I don't tolerate no mess. I don't tolerate no bull. I'm not that person. So that's all it is. That's what you're referring to, is that I don't play no games when it comes to myself. But thank you for the compliment. Let's see. Maybe. And then I can adjust it once I get in the shower. Plus, the people who like me, they ain't never had nothing to say about my quote-unquote attitude. Oh, I am too. Illinois, let's go. Yes, I do know my worth. How old am I? I'm 23. Yeah. If you don't have an African net, get one. I promise your skin will thank you. I promise it will. Ooh, Ohio. I literally just got done watching Queen and Slim. It's a movie on Netflix, and it started in Ohio. So that's pretty cool. That's just my little, what's it called? I can't think of the word I want to use, but whatever. That's rude. That's rude. And low-key kind of creepy. Because I'm literally just here. Hey, if you want a link, well, shoot. Send me a message. We can talk about it. But I'm really just here. The whole purpose of this page and this channel and my Instagram and Brown Beauty, period, is because I want to teach people how to fall in love with themselves. That's the main point. Like, build a deeper intimacy with yourself before you try to build. Well, you could do this while you're like building intimacy with other people too, but it works better if you know, work on yourself, work on your relationships, and then everything will just merge into a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. But I'm here to teach people how to love themselves and what does that actually look like, because a lot of people think self-care is just doing face masks and go getting your nails done and Mr. Keith, I got me. I got me. You worry about you, I got me. Okay, okay. Like I was saying, people think self-care is doing face masks, going to get your nails done, getting your hair cut, yada, 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 yada. Respect. But, and I'm not saying that it's not, but it goes a lot deeper than that. It's, self-care is mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, financial, like it's in every which way. It's not just getting your hair cut, getting your nails done, whatever, cleaning your room, whatever, that kind of stuff is good for like your mental health or your physical health or whatever the case may be. But you have to hit the main four at least, really five, because finances are important, don't get me wrong. But it's hard to, you know, if your mental health is trash, it's hard to even focus or be considered about anything or anybody. So, plus I'm a mental health advocate, so I ride heavy for the mental emotional health of it. But yeah, so just a little story, I guess, a little backstory kind of thing. Yeah. But and where did you learn this at such a young age? Where did you learn this at such a young age? I mean, yeah, I've had some not so good relationships, but I mean, you live and you learn, you know. If it don't work out, well, what lessons did you learn? And you just take the lesson that you learned and you apply it to life. That's how life works. That's literally how life works. And I'm just wise. I'm just an old soul, I promise. I got called a granny yesterday. So, for taking my vitamins and taking naps, like, I literally got called a granny. But yeah. So. But, and the way that I choose to do it is, although I do like a lot of beauty-esque kind of things, hence like shower routines and skincare routines and yada 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 yada, like I'll probably be on live washing my hair either tomorrow or Monday. I'm not doing Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna just take my Sunday. I'm gonna enjoy. We gonna pick back up probably Monday. But excuse me. Although I do a lot of like beauty-esque kind of things, I do incorporate. I do have an old soul. I do. I feel like my energy reads. I feel like a lot of people can kind of tell that it's something about me or whatever. I don't know. I get that a lot. But the way that I choose to do that is I love to create, like, I can braid hair. Actually, I do that for a business, actually. I travel braid, tail hair, the whole nine. So, yes, to answer your question. But I do that because I love to create, like, my own body products and hair care stuff. Like, I'm very much a DIY kind of person. Like, I'm a creator at the end of the day. Like, I like to paint, draw, glue stuff together. Like, If you need to set up a TV stand, like I will set up the TV stand. Like I'm that person. I love to put stuff together and create and do projects and things like that. So like I make my own body butters and whatever, you know, like I'm just that person. I'm that person. I'm health conscious. Like I said, like I do take my vitamins, and I was vegan for like 3 years, and then, you know, like I really do take care of myself, and it's a lot more that goes into it. A lot more that goes into it. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You're drinking a semi, first of all. You know, cheers, because baby, I know that ain't easy. Granted, you got a CDL, but that still ain't easy. Anyway, like I was saying, although I do all these beauty-esque things, I'm not just doing it just to do it. Like, when I said I made this, like, first of all, I have combination skin / acne prone skin, so it means I break out really easy, etc., scar really easy. Yeah. I made this. Anything that's yellow and / gold in color is automatically about like confidence and, you know, being your most authentic self and allowing your inner light to shine through and letting other people and allowing other people to see your inner light. Like, it's everything that I do has a physical, a spiritual, and emotional, and a physical meaning or energy behind it. I don't ever do anything just to do it. There's always a reason, and it's always at least 4 reasons. At least 4. Because I used to struggle with confidence. I'm not gonna lie. So I made myself a like shimmery, glittery body oil kind of thing. So it's like every time I saw a gold sparkle, I'm like, you know what? Like I can do this. Like I'm that girl. You know? So it was those kind of abs. It was just literally what's going on. And even like I wash my face with this same stuff because of what I used in it is safe for face and body. You know, whatever. Whenever I wash my face, I literally tell myself like, wow, like my skin is so bright and radiant and all this other kind of stuff. Like, thank you, skin, for being so, what I be saying? Thank you, skin, for being so bright, radiant, soft, smooth, supple, glowy. Like all these things, everything that I do is very intentional. And I always make sure that I'm speaking life into myself, or if I'm oiling my hair, I'm speaking life into my hair and emphasizing and really envisioning and visualizing that my hair growing and it's so long and thick and healthy, or whatever the goal that you want to accomplish is. I do that as I'm doing it, so I don't have to take additional time out of my day. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is not necessarily wrong, but why a lot of people fall off when it comes to like their self-care, is that they feel like they have to take a section out of their day in order to focus on it. It's like, no, just do what you normally do anyway. Just add the intention of, you know what, this is going to be loving and healing for myself. And if you add the intention to it, that's automatically what it becomes. You know? So if you think about it, everything you do is love if you want it to be love. Obviously, unless you're just a toxic person and you know what you're doing is wrong, I don't advise, obviously. But, you know, you can't really go wrong if you add the intention for yourself to be full of love and full of healing and to shine your light as authentically as you can, you know? So, yeah, that's just my little speech. If y'all got something to say, y'all can say it. But so like even though I'm talking to y'all, I'm thinking in my head like, you know what? Sometimes, no, honestly, maybe like 8.5 out of 10 times, whenever I'm like putting on lotion or my body butter or whatever, I literally just hug myself. I'm just like, thank you, skin, for holding me together. Because I feel like a lot of people don't actually show gratitude to their body. It may be like other outside or external influences, or like their car or whatever the case may be. Yes, be grateful for your car. Love it, clean it, cherish it, take care of it, all of those things. I feel like definitely when you take care of something, it definitely take care of you. So why not take care of yourself so your body will take care of you in the long run? You know, it just makes sense. That's like if you got a car and you don't ever get your oil changed, your car's gonna break down because you're not taking care of it. So, or you're putting regular gas in a premium gas car? No, absolutely not. It's not gonna work right. And it's the same thing with your body, your mind, and your spirit at the end of the day. And your heart, honestly, because you got to allow yourself to feel And I think that's also that's a whole nother laugh. But I mean, I'll talk about it, but that's a whole nother laugh, honestly. Like, that could be a live on its own, is feeling your emotions. And I think when it comes, I'm gonna say something real brief about emotions and feeling your emotions deeply and et cetera, because when you think about it, whatever you're trying not to feel, that event has already happened. Like, if you broke up with somebody and it's months later, you already broke up with them. So why are you still holding on to those same heartbreak emotions 7 months later? It already happened. So just yourself let yourself feel it. You may only even feel it for like a day. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, a day is, it doesn't matter. You know how many days you go through and you don't even remember what happened. So many days you don't even remember what you ate for breakfast. You don't remember what you ate for lunch. Like, it's just a day. But that day is going to be the most healing day you've probably had in a very, very long time. A very, very long time. Or, yeah, honestly, like, the event already happened. So you might as well just let your emotions pass through and keep it rolling. Because a lot of the time, you may just need, well, at least I'm going to speak on myself because I like to teach from personal experience. I'm not really that person who, like, whatever. I'm going to teach from my own personal experience because I feel like that's the best way to go. And plus, whatever, when it comes to other people, like, and how I don't try to incorporate their stuff into my life too much. But, from personal experience, like, I definitely have experienced that point of time where it's like, I'm going through something and it may be heartbreaking or disappointing or I'm grieving or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to feel it. And you can tell when you're holding on to it because your chest gets so tight. And you may not necessarily feel the tightness, like the clenching feeling, but you can tell, like, your shoulders would be a little tense. Which is, you'd be like engaging your core. I mean, granted, you should engage your core anyway. That's the physical side. I'm not gonna get into it. But, like, your body is just tense overall. And the moment where you finally let go, or just even take a second to breathe and just let your shoulders drop and unclench your jaw, that's the most peaceful, like, 5 seconds you've probably ever had in a really, really long time. And if that's where you have to start, then just start by taking 5-second breathing breaks, I guess, or relaxation breaks, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Maybe I should coin a term. I don't know. But the event already happened. So why not just let it happen? But like I said, I've also been that person who I'm like, I don't want to let it happen. Like, I don't want, you don't, like, you may feel like the surface level of your emotions, but you don't want to feel the depth or like the bottom of the iceberg of emotions. And granted, don't get me wrong, it's hard, but once you find your coping mechanism, it's not that bad. Because let me tell you, it's February, from July to November of 2024, absolutely terrible. Okay, like, I don't recommend for me. Okay, like, it was not good. It was not good. I was going through so much not July. Like, it was like the last 2 weeks of June to like the first 2 weeks of November, something like that. I don't recommend. Like I said, it was not. I'm not gonna lie. Those were probably like the worst 4 months that I've had in a really, really long time. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. But I was very proud of myself. Like, a couple days ago or like a week ago, I realized, like, wow, like, even though that was like absolutely terrible, I'm talking about, I was crying like every other day, every day, whatever. Going through it. I'm just going through it. That's all that matters, is that I'm going through it. And I look back, like I said, like a week ago, so I'm like, wow, I'm very proud of myself, because what was going on is definitely some, like, sitting in the bed depressed for 2, 3, 4, 5 months kind of stuff. Like, it was some real deep, heavy stuff.
And I didn't do that not once. Like I may have like a day where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay in the bed, or like 2 days, but I didn't dip low. That's what I called it. I said I didn't dip low. And I was very proud of myself for not dipping low because I continued to take care of myself. Like even though the stuff that was going on was very depression worthy, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wasn't depressed, but I know what's good for me, and I know how to balance out my mental health with my life. Hence, mental health advocate. I got a whole degree and whatnot, da 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 da, whatever, whatever. But like immediately after, I literally had an event happen every single month, except for no, every single month. I had an event happen every single month. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all have had some point in time where something like that was happening. It just seemed like it was non-stop, like back to back to back to back to back, and you just couldn't breathe. It was that kind of thing going on for like 5 months. And the day after something truly traumatic happened, you know what I did? I went to yoga. Not because I wanted to go to yoga, but because I knew that if I didn't go outside and get the sun and see the sun and feel the sun on my skin, I wouldn't have got out of bed. I wouldn't have did anything. It would have definitely been rot in the bed for like a week kind of thing. Every time I didn't want to get up, I would literally just either open my window and look outside. Absolutely. You know, I would just open my window and look at the sun. Or I would go outside and just feel the sun on my skin for 5-10 seconds. Or I do hair. Absolutely, it does make you stronger. Or I do hair, so it's like, honestly, like braiding hair is my therapy. I'm not going to lie to you. It really is. Like, whenever I'm doing someone's hair, I'm just like, wow, like this is so therapeutic. Like life's problems just fade away. And I would just do things like that often. Or like if I'm having a very emotional like point in time, like I'm a journal person, so I like to journal. I literally journal like every day straight for like 3 years or something like that. Like at this point in time, like everybody was gifting me journals, all kind of stuff, like all kind of stuff. And I gotta watch my armpit. But yeah, so like I'm a journal person. Like I said, I'm also the artsy creative person. So it's like I'm kind of just not getting back into like canvas style art, but like I used to customize shoes. I still do customize shoes. I'm bedazzling some shoes right now. Excuse me. You know, I'm bedazzling some shoes right now. And I do that like whenever it's just a lot on my mind. And although it may not seem quote unquote self-care, but anything that will give you peace of mind, or that you know that either you used to enjoy doing or you still enjoy doing, is always worth doing, even if you only do it for 5 minutes. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm that person. I like to stand in the rain. The water is very healing. I mean, spiritually it's very healing. In general, duh, like you need it literally for survival. Like your body needs water. Like that's something I like to do. So whenever it rains, even if I'm not going through anything, whenever it rains, I'm gonna stand in the rain, even if it is just for 2 seconds. Cause granted, I mean, yeah, I do a lot of things. I definitely do a lot of things. I have a lot of tools in my belt, I should say. So, but at the same time, I know that about myself, so I can, I used it to my advantage for sure. And definitely, I'm not gonna lie, having a degree in literally mental health and psychology definitely helps, because I'm like, okay, like I can see why I feel this way logically, like what's actually going on in like my brain chemistry as to like why I feel this way, and A, B, C, and D. Granted, you don't really need to know all that, but it's just helpful for me that I know that, because I like to think logically. Well, I think a lot of different ways. I don't believe that. But I like to think logically. And a lot of times, if I don't understand something emotionally, but I understand it logically, it kind of helps me bridge the gap. Because a lot of times, it's like, sometimes emotions are so deep, it makes no sense. And that's just that. Emotions aren't supposed to be logical, though. Gotta remember that too. So, but emotions aren't logical in nature. So you can't make something illogical in nature logical. But to know why this is happening. I'm definitely like a why person. Like growing up, I would always ask my mom why, or ask whoever why. Like, why is it this way? Why is it that way? Why is this? You know, like I'm just the why person, and I always wanted to know why. I always want to know why things are the way they are. But honestly, a lot of times the answer is it just is. Things are the way they are just because they are. That's just how they exist in the world. And a reason, I mean, not a reason, and a story that I have about that is when I graduated school, um, I know it seemed like I didn't really do much, but I actually did do a lot. Um, when I graduated school, obviously, like, I was very proud of myself. You know, the accomplishment, did the whole 9 business throughout college. Actually, 2 business because I was doing hair, I was customizing shoes. Whatever. I'm doing my thing. And I have my own apartment, all kind of stuff, whatever. So, and then graduating on top of that, very, very big accomplishment. Very big. Honestly, I'm still like, wow, like I really did that. Like it's still kind of settling in, even though like, it's been over a year. Thank you, thank you. It's been over a year. Um, After the fact, I was depressed, even though that was such like a big moment. And the only reason I say that is because, well, I learned this. Oh shoot, I got a pimple on my arm. Okay. But after you do something really big or really high in accomplishment, your dopamine and serotonin go all the way up. I mean, as you're doing it or as you accomplish something, whatever the case may be, your dopamine and serotonin goes all the way up. So once it goes all the way up, it has to return back to baseline. So it's like you have that high, I'm gonna call it a high, even though we're not talking about drugs. You have this high of feel good emotions and feel good hormones and all of this stuff, and then it's like your accomplishment goes away, or the time passes or whatever, some time after, and your hormones have to return to baseline, and that instant drop, it makes you feel depressed. So I was very iffy about like just life for like 3 months after the fact, even though life was still good. Like it had nothing to do with what was going on in my life. It's just a simple fact of this is a very high accomplishment achievement, but now my hormones have to return back to their normal baseline. And sometimes that's just, in knowing, like logically knowing that definitely helped me, because I'm like, okay, like I really just kind of have to ride the wave. Like I just have to wait till my hormones balance back out, and then I'll be good to go. And I graduated December of 2023. By like April, I was cool. Wait, yeah, but by April 2024, I was cool. But then like June, July, August, September, no, October, November, trash. But one thing I will say that I've learned all throughout all of that is you really just have to let your emotions ride their own wave. Like you have to kind of separate your emotions and you. Like you are not your emotions. Your emotions are just energy in motion, literally. It's just, if you're happy, you just have a big up and then you balance back out. It's the same thing. Like that's how emotions work. Is either, granted, there are no negative emotions. I want to state that too. There are no such thing as negative emotions. Yes, you can be angry, but anger doesn't qualify as negativity. I want to make that very clear. Feel, quote unquote, feel emotions that don't feel good aren't negative. I want to make that very clear. But emotions, that they just go up, and then once you have whatever is going on, it just balances back out. And how you interpret that mentally, as far as like mentally, logically, however you want to kind of look at it, however you interpret that definitely plays a role in how far up your emotions go, or how long it takes for them to balance out. Because if you hold on to, let me give an example so I don't just keep generalizing. Let me give an example. Okay, let me just keep going. Oh, I do have socials. Hold on, I'm gonna type them down here. I give you my main social, my main Instagram. And if y'all want your hair done too, I'll put that down there too, because why not? Oops. Excuse me. Oops. Okay, those two. But okay, let me just keep going with like my graduation stuff, because the day of, obviously, like I had like a lot of emotions going on, so I didn't, like, yes, I was happy and I was excited and I was feeling so accomplished and all these other things, but I just still felt very neutral. You know, like it was the day of, and like the whole process was very neutral. We went to New Orleans, that was cool, but it really didn't like settle in to like 2 days after. And then the following months after that, like I said, like my energy was just low. I didn't really feel like doing anything, yada yada yada, whatever. Oh, oh, I'm gonna make a whole video. That's fine by me. I don't really care. I love to talk. I love to teach people things. I'm a person full of wisdom. I do life coaching. So like I kind of, like I said, do it all. I do it all. So I don't care if you're a guy. I don't care if you're a girl. I don't care if you don't identify as anything. It doesn't really matter. Everybody, I have wisdom to share, wisdom to go around. I don't really care who receives it, as long as someone takes something away from what I say. But to your my boring life, which razor I use, I got a whole video coming up on that, about like shaving and yada 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 yada, yada whatever, and exfoliation and yeah, whatever. So I have a whole video on that coming up, so just stay on the lookout for that. So I'm actually glad you said that. But what was I saying before I started answering y'all things? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But regardless, think of your emotions as a pond. And let's say someone kind of irritates you today, just a little bit. It doesn't ruin your day, but it's like, let's say you may be upset for like 5-10 minutes, whatever. That's like someone dropping a pebble into your pond. The water is going to ripple, but it's going to still out very quickly. Versus, I don't want to get too dark, but I kind of don't really care about that either. Versus like you getting your heart broken, someone cheating on you, someone dies, whatever. Like that's like a tsunami, granted, or like it's pouring rain, all kind of stuff. But whichever weather pattern you want to choose, when the water is just chaotic and erratic, it's gonna take a lot longer for that water to still, because it requires a lot more energy, or whatever caused it to, be erratic and chaotic. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever caused it to be erratic and chaotic used up a lot of energy in order to make it chaotic and erratic. So it's going to take a lot of energy and time for it to still back out. That's how emotions work. You literally have to, at least whenever I think about my emotions, I'm just like, oh, like it's raining. That's kind of just how I mentally take notes for myself. Like, oh, it's raining, like like I don't feel the best, but like I may be disappointed, or I may be irritated, or I may be frustrated, or anything like that. But if the water is still and the sun is shining very bright and there are no clouds and whatever, I'm like, oh, like I'm very excited, like I'm happy, like I'm joyful, whatever. This is, I paint this scene so I can visualize how I feel, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. I don't even know if that makes any sense, or if you can even conceptualize what I'm trying to say. But yeah. So tip, think of your emotions as a pond. Like when I say a pond, I mean the water, the grass around it, the sky, the sun, the moon, whatever. Like literally, if it's day or night, it matters. And this goes for your dreams too, I'm not gonna lie. Like if it's day or night, that matters. If it's raining, water always represents emotions, or well, emotions in your dreams. Let me just put that out there. Even spiritually, water represents emotions, and like I said, healing, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna get too much into that side, unless y'all want me to. That could be a whole nother laugh. But water always is emotions. Always. Always. If it's raining out, that's why like sometimes when it's raining outside, you may just be like, you don't. There may not be an external event to like why you're down, but when it's raining, you are just kind of like, you know. I think the things we interact with have some, absolutely, but you have to. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. But it also depends on how you perceive your life anyway, but before that external event or interaction or whatever the case may be. Because, and it's beyond of optimism and pessimism. Like, it's beyond that, it's a lot bigger than that. But definitely how you perceive your life before said event happens and after said event happens definitely makes sense, and it definitely affects how you interpret yourself, your identity, your family, your emotions, your environment, etc. It kind of just keeps going. Wait, let me get out because I'm definitely just standing here talking. But shoot. But and I don't think people really take into consideration like how much things truly affect you even if you don't notice it, because it's a lot of times where I may look at something or like like when you do like your two-factor authentication, yada yada yada, whatever, that whole thing, and they get to texting you codes and all that kind of stuff. Even though I just pressed the little button at the, right above my keyboard that automatically copies the code, I still remember the code for like 15 minutes afterwards, even though I never really I never tried to remember what it was or anything like that. But I'm just like, oh, 756-152. I literally just made that up. I don't know what code that is. But anyway, it's like, things like that, it may stick in my head for 5-10 minutes. I mean, short-term memory, long-term memory, yada yada. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but the smallest details low-key have the greatest impacts, and the large things are just that come with the bigger lessons. Like, the larger events that you have in your life come with the biggest lessons, but it's definitely the smaller details that matter in your day-to-day, as far as like how you take care of yourself, how you interact with other people, so on and so forth. So, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I know a lot. I like to talk, so that helps. I love to teach people. I really do love to teach people. I really do. And like when I do hair, I don't even just do it. Like, even when I'm posting it on Instagram, I'm like giving people like tips and tricks and like how to be more efficient and things like that. Like, I'm always helping somebody because, oops, excuse me, if I already know it, I have no reason to keep this knowledge to myself. Somebody else needs it. Literally. And I wish more people felt that way. Or I wish more people thought like that. But at the same time, that's why I'm here. So I can find the people who want to expand their minds and expand their lives and honestly just make their lives better and more fruitful and abundant, because why not? You deserve it. Why not? Like, why choose to suffer if you? I don't get it. And I feel like as long as I teach, or I feel like as long as I learned something today and I've taught someone else something today, even if it is just like one Instagram post or whatever the case may be, I'm accomplished for today. And I'm totally okay with that. Even if I made no money today, I'm okay as long as I taught somebody something. Because, I mean, shoot, I'm taken care of. I'm cool. But thank you for stopping by though. Definitely DM me though. Definitely DM me. Because why not? I'm here to help. Here to help. Here to help. I got a pimple on my chin. But yeah. Oh dang, I can't get this out with it. But all right, have a good work day or work night. I don't know. Yeah, work night. You said you're in Illinois. Yeah. So. Ooh. But I just want people to realize their worth and stand on their business, because Setting your boundaries will never steer you wrong. It'll never steer you wrong. Standing on what you believe in, and it's water in my nose. Okay. Standing on what you believe in and on your boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Boundaries is a whole nother laugh. A whole nother laugh. But maintain and stand on your boundaries, and what you believe in will never steer you wrong, no matter who comes into your life or leave your life. Heavy on the who leaves your life, okay? Because the people who leave when you standing on business were never meant to be there in the first place. And that's just the truth. And that's been something I've been having to remind myself of. Is that although people they aren't leaving, I'm more so kicking them out. Because once I realize something and I'm like, oh, they crossed this boundary, you're not getting that same access ever again. Because you've already shown me that you don't care. So why would I open the gate for you so you can walk back in and continue not to care? No, absolutely not. And I use the term gate because I once had this therapist when I was in school. And because I was kind of like, whatever. You don't really need to be going through anything to go to therapy. I say go to therapy anyway. Whether you happy, sad, frustrated, grief, and it don't matter, go to therapy. Okay, or journal, find some healthy habits. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna go down that path right now. But when I was in therapy at that time, we were working on boundaries because I had a roommate who had no boundaries or had no concept of boundaries. And I didn't really know, like, what to say or how to approach it. Hey, I don't really know what to say or how to approach it, so I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know. I just didn't really know how to navigate the situation. And she told me to think of boundaries as a gate that you can open or close. Ooh, um, I don't know. It's kind of, I can't really give you an example because everyone's boundaries are different and everyone feels differently about certain things according to your own life experiences, yada, 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 whatever. But with some things, I usually just kind of know. But people have different relationships with other people. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it. But she would just say, envision boundaries as a gate, and you can open and close that gate for the same person for the same situation. So let me give a very basic example, actually. Like, let's say someone asks to borrow a shirt. You say yes. So you open the gate for them this time. But then the next time they ask you for a shirt, you absolutely can say no. It doesn't matter if you let them borrow the shirt before or not. You can say no. It's still yours. So that's just you closing the gate, and that's how boundaries work. At least that's how she was explaining the concept to me. So whenever I'm thinking about my boundaries, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna close and lock the gate this time because this is not something that I'm willing to budge on. And it's absolutely okay to have non-negotiables. You absolutely should have non-negotiables when it comes to your relationships. Absolutely. Romantic, platonic, family, friends, it don't matter. Absolutely have non-negotiables. Like, one of my things is people have to ask me. I low-key feel some kind of way when people don't ask me for stuff. Okay? Like, I low-key feel some kind of way. Well, it bothers me. It really does. It bothers me when people don't ask you for stuff. It really does. And I know I get that from my mama because she be feeling the same way, but that's a conversation for another time. But this feels good. That's why I keep doing it. But absolutely enforce your boundaries. Now, enforcing your boundaries does not mean be rude, mean, nasty, yada yada yada, whatever. That doesn't mean be disrespectful. It just means, hey, I'm not okay with that. I don't appreciate that, and keep it pushing. And people who continue to try to ignore your boundaries and bypass them, they just don't. They just goes to show you that they don't respect you as a person, and you low-key just shouldn't be around them. It's as simple as that. Honestly, relationships aren't that hard. Relationships really aren't that hard. It's just a battle of the boundaries, honestly. And I think why people view relationships to be so difficult is because people lack boundaries, or even the concept of boundaries, or even if they have boundaries, like I said, they're not sure on how to enforce them because that's how I was. Like, I have boundaries, I just wasn't sure at the time of, like, how do I let this other person know that this is something I'm not okay with? Hold on, let me find my face. But also, when you're initially not okay with something, say something. Also, and if you didn't really, hold on, let me just finish doing this because I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. Whenever you're initially not okay with something, say something. That is the best way to go. And I know it's not that easy because like I said, I've definitely been that person where I've been in a situation and it's like I didn't really realize I wasn't okay with it until days later, whatever, some time passes. So if you have the opportunity to say something right then and there, say something right then and there. It will help in the long run, but also it'll get you used to standing on business. And what I mean by that is maintaining your boundaries and enforcing them. And that goes, like I said, for everybody. You absolutely need boundaries with absolutely everybody. Some people do. I'm not gonna call them privileges, but because relationships are different with different people, like you just allow certain people to do things that you would never allow other people to do, whatever. But if you have the opportunity to say something right then and there, say something right then and there. Who cares if it starts an argument or the other person gets upset? You have to remember you are not responsible for the other person's emotions. You are not, like, that is not your responsibility. You are solely responsible for yourself, for your own emotions, and how you respond to the external world. That is it. Those are the only things you are absolutely responsible for. Yourself, your emotions, how you respond / communicate. That is it. So if the other person gets upset, obviously your delivery matters. Excuse me. Your delivery matters. But once you say what you have to say, you don't have to sit there and try to console I'm not going to say don't console the other person. Depends on who it is, But you're not responsible to help them process their emotions. Yeah, just go back and rewatch it. You're not responsible to help someone else to process their emotions or to learn their emotions or anytime it comes to other people and emotions and things like that, you are not responsible for that. That is not your job. Your job is to communicate how you feel, why you feel that way, or what, whatever, why you felt that way, and let the other person know. And once you let the other person know, it is out of your hands, essentially, until they then respond on what you said and how they feel and whatever. This is a high frequency thing. It's good for like pimples, minimizing your pores, dark circles. It'll actually grow your hair. It has a different attachment that goes on it to grow your hair. But yeah, so ignore the buzzing. But you are solely responsible. You are solely responsible for you and yours, literally, you and yours. When people say me, myself, and I, they literally mean me, myself, and I. Like you in the world, even if you have kids. I don't have kids, I'm just that. Even if you have kids, but I do have a younger sister. And I have been in the position to take care of a lot of people. So, you know, I get it. I get it. To a certain extent. But hey, I got a pimple right here. Oh no, I don't have a pimple right there. But even if you have kids, you still have to, although you would do absolutely, you would literally flip the entire earth upside down for your kid, as you should. You should feel that way. You do have to remember that you are still your own individual. Like you, I don't like when people say like, or when people like live vicariously through their kids. I don't like that. I guess I should say. I feel like that's kind of weird because let your kid be their own person. They may just because you like to play football, that doesn't automatically mean they will like football too. Granted, yes, you would be inclined to want them to play football or do cheer or whatever your thing was, but let them tell you who they are before you assume. What in the world? Before you assume who they are or tell them who they are, and that goes for everybody. Everybody, kids, adults, family, friends, romantic lovers, platonic. I don't know what a platonic lover is. I guess that'd be a friend, but whatever. But let people tell you who they are if they haven't already. And if they haven't verbally told you, in a sense of like, hey, my name's Ayana and I like A, B, C, D, all the way through Z, whatever, if they haven't told you that way, pay attention to how they move. You know, pay attention to their interactions with other people. Pay attention to how they treat strangers. Pay attention to just them, just how they even process information and things like that. That will tell you everything you need to know. I'm not gonna lie. Be more observant in life, and that will teach you everything you have to know. I'm not saying sit on the sidelines though. Definitely go live your life, but people watch. I'm not gonna lie, people watch. Because when I was in high school, no, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Let me hurry up so I can put this down. Shoot, my phone about to die too. But I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna make this part quick, and then I'm gonna get off live so I can finish my night. Okay. Oops, wrong way. That'll have to suffice for today. But definitely people watch. When it comes to romantic relationships, I'm just speak on, this goes for really everybody, but especially for male female relationships. Listen, whatever the male says, that's exactly how they feel. Wholeheartedly. It doesn't matter how they treat you. If they said they want to be friends or they not looking for anything more than friends and they're giving you relationship behavior, they're not looking to commit to anything. So just know that you're getting friends with benefit kind of vibes. That's all. That's what they're looking for. Like whenever it comes to men, whatever they say, that's exactly what they mean. That's exactly how they feel. And if you can accept those terms, accept it. But just keep in the back of your mind that y'all are playing house, I guess, for lack of a better analogy. Y'all are playing house. Nothing. It doesn't mean unless he then tells you like, hey, I like you. I want this to go somewhere. Let's commit to a relationship or whatever the case may be. Do you? I ain't saying. I mean, do you? I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I'm not that person. I don't care what you do. As long as you be safe and you happy, I don't. I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna say I don't care. But ooh. And then when it comes to women, we may not say much, but we will do a lot. So I would say for them, pay attention to the actions because just pay attention to everybody's actions because actions definitely do speak louder than words. But sometimes people say exactly how they feel and then they'll do another thing even though they already said how they feel about it. And that's just life. That's just how they roll. But yeah, so pay attention to actions. People watch. Learn yourself. We can have a whole inner child conversation later on, like how do you even actually know what you like and what you don't like, or like what's good for you and what's not good for you. So I would say this. I'm gonna give y'all some homework, I guess. Come back with some questions. Like I want to know like what do y'all need help on, or what do you want clarity on? Because what in the world? Okay. I'm very good at being unbiased and disassociating myself from the problem or whatever is trying to be fixed. I keep looking at myself because I don't know, but whatever is trying to be fixed or solved or whatever the case may be, really is whatever is to be solved. Because there's nothing really, a lot of times there's nothing to fix. A lot of times you can't really fix anything. It's just moving on. Like, where do you go from here? So if you want some clarity on the situation, I'll be more than happy to help. Just, you could DM me on Instagram. I'll recommend you DM me on Instagram unless you want your comments and questions all on YouTube, whatever. Um, my Instagrams are down there at the bottom. I put two. One is my personal Instagram where I just post like me and my cute pictures and like what I like to do, like lifestyle kind of stuff, like lifestyle stuff. Like, oh, if I go on vacation, like here's my little vacay vlog, or like this is what I eat today, like whatever, the random little stuff like that. But in the other one down there is my hair page. And let's see. Is there anything else I need to tell y'all? I think that about covers it. But yeah, I know we talked about a lot today. We talked about emotions. We talked about self-care. We talked about boundaries. We talked about how to identify your emotions. We talked about relationships a little bit. We definitely covered a lot of topics today. And I really, and truth be told, this was only surface level for a lot of stuff because this was only an hour. And I hit like 6 topics. So if y'all want more in-depth versions of each topic, or you have a problem, like I said, that you want to be solved, or you want some clarity on the situation, definitely hit me up. But I'm gonna go and finish getting dressed. I love y'all. Love, love, love. Always love. Always love. Live in the world full of love. Okay. Walk through life full of love. It definitely makes life easier. It makes life a lot brighter. But conversation for another time. Walk through life with love. I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Definitely DM me your questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Even if you just want to say like, hey, I enjoyed your video, definitely let me know. Like, let me know. I love to hear from you guys. I feel like y'all don't. Definitely easier for everyone. I feel like y'all don't really. Oh, it's definitely something. I thought it was something stuck to me, but it's definitely enjoyable to actually talk to you guys. It really is. Oh, thank you. Like I said, DM me. Or even if you want, like I said, if you want a specific topic and you want me to just sit here and talk about this one topic the entire time, I absolutely will sit here and talk about one topic for an hour. Absolutely. Like I said, I love to talk. Anyway, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you, well, you did just say you enjoyed it. I was gonna say, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I definitely enjoyed myself. And I love when people actually comment and things like that. But like I said, if you want me to talk about one specific topic for an hour, I will absolutely talk about one specific topic for an hour. Absolutely, with no questions asked. Because for one, I love to talk. I feel like my voice isn't heard enough, so I love to talk. I love to express myself. I really do. Oh, shoot, my phone's gonna die. Okay, let me hurry up. I really do. I love to talk. If you want life coach stuff, hit me up. Instagram is down below. Hit me up. I promise. We will change your life for the better. But I gotta go because my phone is gonna die. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Love you all.